Hi guys, welcome once again to Think Tank TV and thank you so much for joining me. Now, something serious has happened in the Federal Capital Territory, and guess what? The audacity and unlimited authority that was handed over to the FCT Minister by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has taken an unimaginable twist. Guess what? Despite the restrictions and the provisions of the law that states that the FCT Minister should not allocate properties and lands in the Federal Capital Territory to his families and cronies. As records has it that Wike has gone ahead to allocate over 2,082 hectares of land to his son, and the reactions has trailed on the internet. Now, so that you will not think that we're just putting out stories that are not real, I'd like you to take a look at it, how People's Gazette put it just a few minutes ago, also Sahara reporters that has sparked reactions on the internet. Now, People's Gazette says, Wike intensifies mindless looting of Abuja lands, allocate 2,082 hectares worth of $3.2 billion to his son in person of Jacqueline in Maitama, Asokoro, and others. Wow. It says last Christmas, Nyesom Wike challenged Nigerians who accused him of stealing land from everyday citizens for him and his cronies under his purported policy against dormant allocation to come forward with evidence. Now, it appears the FCT minister knew his accusers were onto something, but brushed aside those allegations because he had no expectations of being exposed or ever facing the consequences of his brazen corruption. Now, it says People's Gazette is still pouring through a cornucopia of Abuja land allocations signed by Mr. Wike since he assumed office in August 2023. Still, our early review has demonstrated how the minister prioritized allotment to his immediate family members, spawning FCT regulations against abusing public office for personal enrichment. Now, there's a document to this, like you can see on the screen, where the allocation was made to a company by name Joak Farms and Estate Limited. Now, let's continue. It says why the legislation controlling land administration did not appear to contain sections that specifically ban a minister in charge of federal capital from granting a piece of land to a family member. The transactions Mr. Wike approved for his son were far-reaching and systemic enough to constitute illicit self-dealing, according to two officials in the minister's office. Because the Gazette found that Mr. Wike did not pay ground rent, title registration and survey fees for his assets. His action also contravenes the Code of Conduct for Public Officers as enumerated in the Nigerian Constitution's 5th schedule. He went ahead to say, Jacqueline Wike, the minister's last of two sons, has received at least 2,000 or 40,000 plots in Maitama, Asokoro, Guzape, and other parts of Abuja. The Gazette found from documents and officials. Officials estimated that the hectares Mr. Wike has issued to his son along with certificate of occupancy were worth at least $3.6 billion. A plot in Maitama and Asokoro where the Wike gave his son at least 7 hectares recently sold for $1.28 and $1.4 million respectively, according to documents reviewed by the Gazette. Mr. Wike's action was so brazen that when aides told him he needed to exercise caution, he dismissed their warning, saying he wanted his children to be largest landlords in the nation's capital. And we told the minister in April that he needed to slow down on frequent allocations to his own children. He said he was just starting because his goal was to make them the largest landowners in Abuja. Wow. His aide said, discussing the minister's conduct under anonymity. Now, that means that this is the person that is working in the Federal Capital Territory that has come out to expose this revelation. We've worked with ministers before him, but we have never seen anything even remotely comparable to this. That was the word of one of the workers in the Federal Capital Territory Ministry. He said most of the allocations are in developing communities such as Kaita, Brauri, and Gaduwa, where sources said Mr. Wike carefully selected them for their medium to long-term commercial prospects. While it was unclear when the scheme was devised, documents showed Mr. Wike started allocating land to Jacqueline days after company named after him was registered in October 2024. The company, Jacqueline Farms and Estate Limited, was registered in October 10, 2024. That's barely just a few months ago last year, barely a week later. And on October 17, 2024, Mr. Wike allocated 350 hectares to the business via file 155882 and certificate of occupancy number 0000162. Now, this tells you that people are coming out with facts and figures because they've obviously done their due diligence. Now, it says the company listed its address as 13 Toba Seke Street, Wuse 2, with Taba misspelling on the document as Tiba. The address has long been associated with Mr. Wike and his numerous fronts in the Nigerian capital, the Gazette lens. Now you can see for yourself that when people come out and talk about the shenanigans of government, some people think that we just come out and speak. But the truth is that the Constitution makes it clear that an FCT minister cannot allocate a property to his cronies or to his families. And people are beginning to wonder, what is the duty of the EFCC at this point that goes out every day to arrest Yahoo boys? As much as I do not support Yahoo in itself, but this is the time for them to swing into action with such document. They should be able to invite Mr. Wike to ask him questions about this and let Nigerians see that truly, if there is justice for one, there should also be justice for all, not selective or cherry-picking justice in Nigeria. We'd like you to do your best to also share this video so that more people can get to see the facts around these allegations that is yet to be proven. But I believe so much that before the likes of People's Gazette and Sahara reporters will come out and put it on their platform, the truth is that there is much truth behind most of what they've written here. And we look out for more information that will be unveiled as the time goes by. Do your best to share this video to those you think will want to see it. Also do your best to touch the like button as a means of courtesy so that this video can be recommended for more people to get to see. Many thanks indeed to all our viewers and returning subscribers. We truly don't take it lightly. My name again is Moses and this is Think Tank TV. See you on our next video.